The chair now recognizes the gentle lady from Massachusetts, Ms. Pressley.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I do want to say that our colleagues across the aisle have stated outright and implied that there are dramatics happening on this side of the aisle. No drama, just hard facts. And that is that repeatedly, people have been asked to weaponize their lived experiences and their pain, which has been brought about by neglect or by intentional attacks by this administration time and time again. People have come before this committee to talk about the trauma of gun violence, the trauma of what's happening at our borders, the trauma of negotiating life-saving medication like insulin, and now the trauma and the fear of children, people that are coming before this committee demanding that we see the humanity and the dignity in them, appealing for their very lives. That's where we find ourselves. So just when I think that the occupant of this White House and his xenophobic administration cannot reach any new lows, they go even lower, deciding to give seriously ill children and their families 33 days to leave the country or risk being deported. No dramatics, the hard facts. And because of the outrage by millions of Americans, because this does fly in the face of the values that we espouse as a nation and the public outcry and the partnership of my colleagues and the leadership of this committee, we are having this hearing today to shine a spotlight on this appalling policy, that lives are hanging in the balance, and to hold this administration accountable. No dramatics, no posturing, just the hard facts. And to add insult to injury, they tried to do this under the radar, no public announcement, no opportunity or effort to hear from those most impacted. Appalling, shameful. These family stories have spurred righteous rage, public outcry, and rightfully so. And I want to thank Mr. Sanchez and Ms. Bueso for joining us, for your bravery. You are true patriots by every definition, in my estimation. I can only imagine how hard this is. Battling a chronic life-threatening illness layered by the threat of deportation. I want to also thank your caregivers and your caretakers and your families for being here with you and what they do every day. Mr. Marino, can you please just succinctly clarify, because there's been a muddying of the waters here, truly a revisionist history. We would not have Ms. Bueso and Mr. Sanchez here doing what they are doing in the face of great physical and emotional burden if this was a fake panic. So can you please clarify the revisionist history by my colleagues on the other side of the aisle and tell us, why do you think it is necessary for USCIS to continue to grant deferred action, and just speak to what has transpired here?
Sure. I'll give you a little bit of the history as I understand it and what we've learned. I also think that Dr. Wadi is probably better prepared to answer some of this of why it belongs at USCIS, where this program always has been. There is no new program at ICE, and none of my clients are eligible to apply for anything from ICE. They can't walk into an ICE office and apply for deferred action the way that they always have from USCIS. I believe that what Mr. Homan is talking about, he's saying he's granted stays of removal in the past. That's only available to people who have been ordered removed and are on orders of supervision. So they've been ordered removed, and ICE is actually carrying through with deporting them. It's basically on your way to the airport, you can ask us for permission to stay for a year, and maybe then we'll consider it. So I don't know if the suggestion, I don't understand it, but it seems like maybe the suggestion is that you drag kids from their hospital beds into courtrooms, make them go through a removal proceeding, have a judge order them deported, then turn them over to ICE, and then maybe they're going to exercise discretion? I don't really understand.
Reclaim it. I'm running low on time here.
Sure, go ahead.
Dr. Wadia, is there something you want to add on the record?
When it comes to affirmative deferred action requests, this is a policy that has been in the jurisdiction of USCIS since its inception. These are individuals who are not yet in the removal system.
And it has been terminated.
And it has been terminated.
Okay.
Thank you. The chair now recognizes the